At the start of this program, it says Curtis Lee was a politician who says trust no politician, whether Republicans or Democrats, and I don't. To me, it's the reverse of what President Ronald Reagan had said years ago. He said trust but verify. With me, it's verify but trust. I've been with too many of them, friends or foes, and know that they believe universally that all of you people out there are stupid. That you can't remember what happened 5 seconds ago, 5 minutes ago, 5 days ago, 5 weeks ago, 5 months ago, 5 years ago. Universally, get the Democrats and Republicans in a room, and they think that the voters and the non-voters are stupid. I believe in people, not politicians. That's where I get all of my information. So it's interesting because I value coming on with Sid Rosenberg every Monday through Friday through 7:05 because more people will listen to me in that slot than over the 30 other hours that I do here at WABC, where the acronym stands for Always Broadcasting, Curtis. It's cherished time and the number one morning show in the nation, bar none, crushes everybody in the ratings. So I value that time. And I put a lot of work into that time with the help of my wife, Nancy, the E-attorney who does the deep dive. In fact, she's going to be doing a deep dive on the next story. But Frank Morano came on and, he's got his friends and he's so super protective of his friends. And he was getting pimp slapped by me and Bo Dietl all in one morning, the morning before. And then Sid asked me a question about what Frank Morano had told him and the audience at 6:45.
You just heard Frank Morano. Now, he contends that a lot of your information you get from him, that when you're not sure about something, and not just once, mind you, but many, 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 many times, you reach out to Frank to find out information. Will you confirm and or deny Frank Morano's contention?
Oh, he's absolutely correct.
Really?
I applaud Frank. Yesterday, when this whole situation blew up, and I warned everybody in Staten Island, their mayor, the guy that they took us of, Eric Adams, because all the Republicans said, we don't want to offend Eric Adams. When Eric Adams, the mayor, says every option is on the table, I tell everybody in Staten Island, that means you. And so all of a sudden it was announced that the Island Shores Assisted Living Facility, older people, oh my God, Sid, they're going to kick them out on Father Capodanno Boulevard. They're going to kick out the seniors in this retirement facility to make way for the illegals. And I picked up the phone and I said, Frank, where's your ping pong partner, Joe Borelli? He's always talking about how I'm a degenerate liar, I'm making things up. Where is he? And Frank had to acknowledge he's on vacation. I said, again? This guy's on perpetual vacation.
Wow.
Last August, it was a crime crisis on Staten Island. By the way, with the largest increase of crime of any of the 5 boroughs, with a deadbeat district attorney, McMahon, who wanted to arrest our Rudy Giuliani, and the Republicans stayed on the sideline and stayed quiet. They don't even run a candidate against him. Not a double disgraziato. But anyway, Borelli was missing in action then. He was in Greece. He's missing in action now. And he has gone out of his way, more than any Democrat, to attack my veracity every time I bring information to the 50,000 powerful watts of sound. Months ago, I had warned that the city, which now admits, has looked at 3,000 locations to put illegal aliens. 3,000, which include almost every nook and cranny and corner of the 5 boroughs. And City Hall, it's let's make a deal. You say contract with Eric Adams, and I say kickback, because friends of Eric Adams are making a lot of money. So I had announced, because of the SAG-AFTRA strike, and there was no filming, and still is no filming now, very strong. Fran Drescher has brought together the writers, the actors, the actresses, everybody. They're out. There's no filming. That the Arthur Kill Correctional Facility, which is now used for filming, was going to be considered for the illegal aliens to come over until the strike was over. And I remember, Lou? Joe Borelli called up and said I was lying, I was making it up. And then I said that the City of New York Department of Buildings, run by Eric Ulrich, the traditor, the former borough president, who drank the Eric Adams Kool-Aid like Eric Ulrich did before to become the commissioner of buildings. By the way, Eric Ulrich on his way to jail because the guy is a degenerate gambler who owed the Bonanno crime family $600,000, a Republican, but everybody knew that. But let me not digress. And I said the St. John's campus, which will be emptied soon, owned by St. John's University in Queens, is going to be potentially made a location for migrants to stay. No, he's making that up. I said a former female high school, Catholic high school, bought by the City of New York under Jimmy Otto, and he was borough president of Staten Island. That's being considered. It's right on the North Shore. He's making that up. And in the newspapers, this guy Borelli went out of his way to attack me, not attack Eric Adams, not attack the very people who were planning on putting these illegal aliens in any number of 3,000 locations. You're hearing about that now. I was aware of that months ago. And then working in a cabal with City Hall, this woman named Ingrid, who was like the spiritual advisor sent by God to help Eric Adams, who was told by God 30 years ago that he would be the mayor on January 1st of 2020. And working together. And she's calling up upstairs, my bosses, my owners, and saying, Curtis needs to be suspended, needs to be expelled, needs to apologize. For what? Then I find out the person behind it is Joe Borelli. Listen it. Well, he's on vacation again. Well, let me alert everybody out in Staten Island, this is not just for Republicans, this is Democrats. The majority of the voters are registered as Democrats, but a lot of times they'll vote Republican, and the growing number of independents. You got to come on out, 11 a.m. on Saturday. Eric Adams, I mean, this is a shanda like you can't believe, is taking the Island Shores Assisted Living Facility, a senior retirement facility, kicking out old people into the streets to make room for illegal aliens. I told you this was happening. You didn't like who the messenger was, so you didn't listen to the message. John Tobacco is out there interviewing some of those older people who are going to be kicked into the streets to make room for members of the illegal alien community of whom we don't even know. They haven't been vetted. They haven't been vaccinated with nothing. And a lot of you. And I'm going to be there with the protesters. And don't deny me a microphone out there because you don't like my message or you don't like the messenger. I've been giving Staten Island a heads up. And if you want to get rid of the messenger, fine. Next mayoral election, pick a different candidate. Let's get into a primary. We'll be like scorpions in a brandy glass. I welcome primaries. But do not disparage my information because it's to help the people of Staten Island, the Democrats, the Independents, the Republicans, so you're not overwhelmed by the illegal aliens. You're only 500,000 people out there. You have more than your fair share of homeless shelters, rehab shelters, and now illegal aliens staying in your hotels. Enough is enough. Then on the other side of the Verrazano, Shore Road. I said, hey, Justin Brannan, they're going to put tents in the Shore Road Park, in which if you walk along Shore Road, you can see Staten Island across the Straits of Verrazano, the Verrazano Bridge. And Justin Brannan said, no, Sliwa's lying. So Sid asked his very dear friend, Arthur Aidala, you going to join Sliwa in his demonstration there in Bay Ridge to stop Eric Adams from putting up a tent for illegal aliens and 79th Street entrance right there on the ball fields of Shore Road Park?
Curtis contends that there is eventually going to be tents set up Shore Road, Bay Ridge, despite Justin Brannan's fight back. He says, don't listen, it's going to happen. Eric Adams says every place is in place. This is what he's hearing. He's trying to organize a rally to make sure Shore Road is not the next tent city. And he wants to know, Artie, will you be there besides him, defending him and your fine people of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn?
Well, for family scheduling reasons, I may not be able to be there.
Oh, come on, Arthur Idalia. Whoa, is it going to be Martha's Vineyard, the Hamptons? That's all you love, Bay Ridge. That's right, you got to vote for Eric Kagan. It's happening. Justin Brannan was in City Hall all of yesterday begging, beseeching the mayor's staff. The mayor won't even talk to him. All the deputy mayors. If you put a tent in the Shore Road Park, Eric Kagan will be elected. Damn right. Get you out of there. You who defunded the police by $1 billion and lied on this station and said you didn't. Boy, that'll make my day when we kick you out on your tuchus.